Sorry guys, minute late, but good to be with you this morning. So real talk, or I guess what we would like to say is authentic people and process. Man, yesterday was hard for me, and it's weird, I guess it's the reality of what we talk about often is to talk about something, to read about something, to sit over coffee, but to actually kind of press into it. And yesterday I really tried to tap into this idea of lamenting for myself, of letting my brain kind of go to places that it normally doesn't go, meaning that like I like to be happy-go-lucky. I like to think of things in that way. I don't really like to press into things that are really all that deep, which may shock some of you. I don't know what your perspective of me is. We all have a different viewpoint of ourselves and what others think of us, but yesterday just spent some time thinking, had some actually friends from the past reach out, and I just found that kind of difficult. And what I found myself wanting to do is, rather than stay there and kind of think through things and really let the Lord kind of massage my heart, really live out, search me and know me, God, and teach me your ways and those things that we talked about. Instead, I just kind of wanted to act like it wasn't there and numb out. And I found myself doing different things and then wondering, why am I doing them? But God's good and he's gracious and just showed up in a variety of ways through a variety of people, through some just awesome encouragement with our elders at elder meeting last night, great conversation with Rob and Brian, and then some time with Lynn as well. And so with that, I just want to encourage you. Maybe you're feeling that same way. Maybe you're even quick to try to find some way to bomb or to gloss over that which has started to come to the surface. And I just want to challenge you, same way I'm challenging myself, to press in. That, I think about how God in Exodus, we just read about a month ago, that he led Israel into the wilderness to show him who he was, to show them his sufficiency, his grace, his mercy, what it was like to hear his voice, for him to descend upon them in pillars of clouds and smoke, and to be there in the fire, to light their way, to light their path. And I think we would rather just kind of run towards the outskirts. What's the quickest, most efficient way? But instead of condensing God to 15 minutes today, if you're lucky, instead just kind of sitting. And so I was reminded today of just taking deep breath prayers, moments to be aware of what's going on inside of me. What am I actually feeling? What am I actually thinking about? What's actually on my mind? And so I want to challenge you with that as well. Continue to pray for those in our church. Lots of different diagnosis, lots of people with getting some news that's just kind of hard, but in that finding good. And if you want to post a testimony even of the way that God has been working and moving in your life, it'd be just cool to encourage one another in that way, to stir one another on towards love and good works. So I love you. I'm super grateful for you in our church. God, thank you so much that with you I can be me, that I can learn more about me and how you've made me and how you've wired me and what you're doing inside me. As we think about Romans 8 and how we're being conformed to the image of your Son, God, that is a process day by day, minute by minute. And so, God, part of that is learning that you're good and gracious in the midst of that which seems not good and not gracious. So guide me. Help me to be brave. Help me to trust you. Help me to collapse into your arms. And Father, help us to do that collectively together. That at different moments we would encourage one another with a note, with a text, with just a word. But Father, I also know that ultimately we want to hear from you. And so God, we ask you, speak, for your servants are listening. We love you. And it's in your Son's name I pray. Amen. Love you guys. Praying for you. Pray for me.